Hello All Stars. I was able to download a basic version of the Smartboard software on my home computer so we can keep using our math composition book information. I don't expect you to write it down because now you'll have it for video reference. Because of that, you're going to have to ignore this part down here. It's a watermark because it's, the free version. We're going to focus our attention up here. Today's lesson is about measurement benchmarks. Measurement benchmarks are used for you to get an idea of what the units of measurement mean. The units of measurements I'm talking about are feet, inches, kilometers, milliliters. When we use measurement benchmarks, you get an idea of what those units of measurement mean. There are two types of measurement systems in use. The first type is called the metric system. The metric system of measurement is used all over the world, and it's used here in the United States for scientific purposes. The customary system is the other system. It's a unit of measurement that is primarily used to measure in the United States. This customary system is the one that has the cups and the ounces and the yards and the feet. So let's take a look at a few benchmarks for the units of weight or mass. On the top of the chart is the description of the units of measurement, and on the bottom are some examples. Gram, ounce, pound, kilogram, and ton are all units to measure weight or mass. So when we're talking about a gram, 1 gram, we're talking about the weight or the mass of a dollar bill or a paper clip. Even though a dollar bill is much larger than an actual paper clip, the mass is about the same, about 1 gram. Now when we're talking ounces, we're talking about a few pencils. Maybe 3, 4 pencils, 5 pencils put together equal the mass of about an ounce. Now something important to note about measurement benchmarks is that they are all estimates. A big loaf of bread is about a pound. Our big math book or a dictionary that you have to hold in your hand, not the Spanish dictionaries, but a big dictionary or your big math book is about a kilogram. Finally, we've got the biggest of the units of weight or mass, that is a ton. A car, depending on if it's a smaller car or if it's a bigger family car or SUV, can weigh between 1 and 2 tons. The next benchmarks that we are going to look at are the benchmarks for the units of length or distance. Let's take a look at the smallest of these unit measurements is the millimeter. This is metric system. Millimeter is the abbreviation. And a millimeter is about as long as the tip of a thumbtack. If you take your pencil and you make a dot on your paper with the pencil, that is about 1 millimeter. The next bigger distance is the centimeter. Centimeter has the abbreviation cm. A centimeter is about as wide as your finger, not the thumb, your pointer finger. It's about that wide. Next, we've got from the customary system of measurement an inch. An inch is about the length of a paper clip from one end to the next, the long way. Not the jumbo paper clips, the regular paper clips. Bigger than an inch, we've got a foot. Most of us know that 1 foot has 12 inches. That's our next lesson, by the way. 1 foot is about the size of a regular license plate on the car. I know that we've mentioned it a few times in the classroom. The floor tiles in our classroom are 1 foot squares. Following the foot is the yard. A yard is very close to a meter in length. Yard has the abbreviation YD. It is the customary system, and the meter is just 3 inches longer and it is from the metric system. So if you know the benchmark for a yard, you pretty much know the benchmark for a meter. They're just off by a few inches. So a baseball bat is a good benchmark for a yard or a meter. So is a door. If you look at a door, a regular door to go outside or inside of your house, the width of the door, not top to bottom, if you look at the left to the right of the door, that's also about a meter. I don't know if you have noticed in the classroom on the door handle, in my classroom, on the way out, there's a piece of tape that says yard meter. That's because from the floor to the handle of a door is another good benchmark for the length of a yard or a meter. Finally, we've got mile, abbreviation MI, and kilometer, abbreviation KM. Now, it's very tempting to say kilometer, but that's not really appropriate. It's not the correct way to say it. It's a kilometer. So if you walk around the KLE Park all the way behind the hill, and it takes you about 20 minutes to do that, that's about 1 mile. And 1 mile is twice as big as a kilometer. So if you walk for about 10 minutes, it's a kilometer. If you walk for about 20 minutes, it's a mile. Maybe walking from KLE all the way to the Kmart, that's about a mile or 2 kilometers. Finally, we've got the units of liquid volume or capacity. The milliliter is the smallest. It's about a drop of water, a drop from a medicine dropper, one of the drops of the eye drops that you have to put in your eyes sometimes. The abbreviation for milliliter is ml. A little bit bigger than a milliliter is the ounce. Now this is a fluid ounce. A little bit ago we talked about an ounce up here. This is the mass. This is ounce for weight. Down here, this is the ounce for liquid, fluid ounce. It's about as much liquid as you can put in a tablespoon. That's about an ounce. Bigger than an ounce is a cup. A cup is one of the little teeny baby water bottles. That's about 8 ounces. That makes 1 cup, the little water bottles, not the regular ones that you guys bring to school. A pint is about a milk carton, but not those small ones that you bring, that you get at lunchtime. They're a little bit bigger than those, but it's a small milk carton. A pint and cups and ounces are all parts of the customary system. The ounce, the cup, the pint, in fact, the quart and the gallon are also from the customary system. Now, a quart is one of the taller milk containers, or maybe your family buys creamer for the coffee in the tall containers. That's about a quart, which is also very close to being a liter. Finally, the greatest of these is the gallon. That's from the customary system. And those are the big jugs of water, the big jugs of milk, or maybe lemonade or juice if you buy them at the store like that. Those are your units of liquid volume.